Hey, happy Friday to you. Today is February 15th, and these are the Friday Funnies. Well, the top story this week is that Pope Benedict is taking an early retirement. Now, normally, popes don't retire until after they're dead, and then they're free for a while, but then they make sainthood and they're back on the clock, so it's an endless cycle. Nonetheless, the pope is retiring and a new pope has to be found. And there are so many levels to this story, not to mention so many, punchlines, that I put it all into my most recent blog. So I'd like you to check out this week's blog. That's at daleirvin.com/blog. You'll see all about the Pope. The other big event this week, of course, was St. Valentine's Day, one of those make it or break it holidays. And how would you like to have spent St. Valentine's Day on board a Carnival cruise ship, adrift at sea in the Gulf of Mexico with no power, no AC, and the toilets are backing up? That's a beautiful thing. I'm sure that all 4,200 passengers and crew members on board that ship had a very romantic and festive holiday. And speaking of romantic and festive, neither one of those two adjectives fit any of the oddballs in this week's news.
Please hang up and try again.
Nobody ever said that criminals aren't resourceful. I mean, if they can make a shiv out of a toothbrush, they can surely find a place to hide a cell phone. A 58-year-old prisoner in Sri Lanka thought he found the perfect place where guards would never search. He secreted his cell phone up his butt.
Youch!
And he would have been able to complete this ruse had he not received a call at the time he was being searched. Guards heard voices coming from this man's posterior, and they took him to the hospital where doctors removed the cell phone and a hands-free earpiece. The man was returned to jail, but without his phone and with the additional charge of impersonating a politician, otherwise known as talking out of your ass. Las Vegas is known as the home of many fine restaurants. It's also the home of excess. And when you combine these two qualities, you come up with a restaurant called the Heart Attack Grill. The Heart Attack Grill features in their slogan, "Food to Die For," and it features their 9,982 calorie 3-pound quadruple bypass burger. I mean, this is not the kind of place that you would patronize on a regular basis, unless, of course, you were John Alleman. John Alleman went to the Heart Attack Grill so often that he became their unofficial spokesman, and they even had his picture on some of the official Heart Attack Grill clothing. Mr. Alleman died this week at the age of 52. He was sitting outside of the Heart Attack Grill on a bench when he had a heart attack. For you young English majors out there, this is known as irony. Bulletin: man steals a lot of dough, and that dough is in the form of Krispy Kreme donuts. James Freddie Major stole a Krispy Kreme truck in Dacula, Georgia, while the driver was making a delivery. Then he took off, and he's soon leading a high-speed chase down the highway. In pursuit were several police cars chasing a donut truck. Where, my friends, is the YouTube video of this, huh? Anyhow, James Freddie eventually drove down a dead-end street and he ran from the truck, but the police and their canine unit soon had him in custody. The dogs chased down James Freddie while the police formed a perimeter around the donut truck to protect the cargo. Hey kids, that's it for this week. Please pass these funnies along to all of your peers, and I will see you right back here next week.